Welcome to the 35th annual Tin Mountain First Season Auction, our second online auction. I'm Laura Jean Kinsey, the Executive Director of Tin Mountain Conservation Center. I would like to thank everyone for joining us this evening for our kickoff for the opening of the auction. I would like to introduce David Friedman, who is a board member of Tin Mountain and our auctioneer for the evening. He will be sharing some of the items in just a few moments. But first, let's take a minute to thank some of our sponsors for their support of First Season Auction.
We certainly couldn't do it without all of you, but especially there's a few specific folks we'd like to thank, and these are our first season sponsors. We have the Martin Getty Companies, Lupine Pet, Ledge Brewing Company, Infinger Insurance, Green Thumb Farms, Crest Auto World, HEB Engineering, Mason and AHT Insurance, Eastern Propane and Oil, Hastings Malia Law Office, Black Mountain Property Services, Eastern Slope Inn and Resort, Country Consulting, Gamwell, Caputo, Kelso and Company, and our media sponsors, where you get the information. Conway Daily Sun, the Mount Washington Radio Group, Valley Promotions, Valley Vision, and Outside TV. And also, many of you, quite a number of you, have enjoyed a special meal this evening put on by our sponsoring restaurants. Those include the Thompson House Eatery of Jackson, the Cider Company in Glen, the Oxford House Inn in Freiburg, and Max's at Snow Village Inn. We had a delightful meal here, and those of you who got to Noshing know that it was a great deal for you and a great deal for us at Tin Mountain, and for our sponsoring restaurants. So for all of our sponsors, thank you very much.
Of course, we couldn't hold the auction without all of the fabulous items that you will soon be seeing. A huge thank you for everyone who donated to the auction. Businesses, individuals alike were generous with their time, their talents, and their merchandise in support of Tin Mountain. We thank you for that support. We have a fun evening ahead, including a number of presentations about the many programs that we offer here at Tin Mountain. These will be interspersed with a preview of some of the items in the auction. And lastly, we'll wrap it up with a lively round of environmental trivia. So lots to look forward to. But this year, Tin Mountain is celebrating our 40th year of offering programs in the schools and our nature program series as well. So we're going to start the evening sharing some of the past 40 years. 40 years goes by pretty quickly, from our beginnings on the field station up in Jackson, New Hampshire, to where we are now in Albany at our beautiful Nature Learning Center. One of the things that has remained the same all over those 40 years is that the highlight of what we do is working with our schools program, and that is getting children outside, exploring the natural world in their own communities. And this year, we continue to work with the majority of the schools that we typically do, and it even expanded to include a few others. All of the classes were conducted entirely outside or remotely due to COVID. Our teacher naturalists braved all kinds of weather and challenging conditions to get students out and exploring in all grades, K through 12. So let's take a look at our schools program, K through 12.
So I hope you found that edifying and gratifying, and you might have recognized some faces there. But I wanted to say that Tin Mountain's impact doesn't stop at our local schools. We also offer college scholarships. And in our live auction, this is always a very lively and crowd participatory event. Many of you in the past have supported our college scholarships. Well, let me explain. We give a college scholarship to a local high school senior pursuing an environmentally oriented career. So a scholarship of $1,500 is given to a student pursuing a degree in the environmental field. Between 2013 and 2017, a scholarship was awarded to one student from either Freiburg Academy or Kennett High School. But in 2018, we started to award 2 scholarships a year, both $1,500 scholarships, one to a KHS, Kennett High School student, and one to a Freiburg Academy student. And as well, in 2018, there was a bonus scholarship of $1,000 for someone very deserving of that. So college scholarships are available in this auction. When you get to the auction site, you'll notice a tab up at the top that says scholarships, and there's many things under that. We'll talk about camps in a minute, but you'll see college scholarships under there, and it would be wonderful for you. It'd be wonderful for us, and it'd be wonderful for our high school seniors, deserving seniors who are pursuing a field in pursuing further education in the environmental field.
And David, that can be anything from forestry, conservation biology, environmental education. There's a lot of wildlife, fisheries. We have supported all kinds of people on all kinds of endeavors, and they've gone to everything from UNH, Unity College, St. Lawrence, Clarkson, just a whole gamut of different colleges that they have attended. So
Thank you in advance for supporting. Look for the tab that says scholarship. It's right up at the top when we open the auction.
all right, moving right along. We are once again excited to be offering summer camps in person this year.
Yay!
Last summer, due to COVID, we did not offer our in-person camps, but instead offered an alternative called the Summer Camp Challenge, Camp in a Bus. Our teacher naturalist, Mike Duflo, did a great job of creating these challenges, such as the Bug Olympics, bird surveys, macro invertebrate collecting, and solar ovens that the campers completed at home. As fun as that was, we are excited to be in person this summer with some modifications, but we will be here. So let's take a look at what some of those summer camp experiences have looked like over the past few summers.
I'm sure many of you recognized smiling, happy, engaged faces in those wonderful pictures and these great slideshows. You might not have been aware that Tin Mountain is involved in so many things in the Valley, and our influence just spreads everywhere. Tin Mountain does believe that every child should have the opportunity to go to camp where they can explore, gain confidence, make friends, learn about the environment, and make s'mores. So we give camp scholarships. In fact, in 2019, we gave out 41 scholarships, or scholarships to 41 kids out of about 220 of our total campers, which totaled about $9,000. So just to give you an idea, a camp cost anywhere between $130 and $220. And we gave out in 2019 about $9,000. So once again, we do have camp scholarships, and you'll see it up on the scholarship tab. If you hit the scholarship tab on the auction website, you'll see college scholarships and you'll see camp scholarships. And we would be delighted, as would the kids in the Valley, if you could perhaps make a donation to our scholarships.
All right, thank you very much, David. So I think it's time to take a look at some of the items that we have available. So let's see where we'll start.
All right, our first nifty item, and there's only 350 items, so sit tight, it takes us a while. No, we're only going to highlight a few of them. This first one is the garden basket, everything you need to make your garden grow. And there it is. It's about yay big by yay round. It's huge, and it is loaded. And today's the first day of spring, so happy equinox to everyone. Perfect time to bid on a garden barrel starting at 8 o'clock this evening. Barrel's packed with everything you need to get your garden growing. There's soil. You can see right here, seed starter pots, seeds, gloves, trowels. There's a sturdy watering can, garden clippers, and there's more. Plus, there's this beautiful book called Flowers Throughout the Year, giving you little tips and tricks on how to display those flowers that you're going to grow in your new garden. If you're a gardener, be sure to check out this basket. There's also a beautiful raised bed. I'm looking out on it right now that you could use in your garden as well. And there are dozens of baskets of all shapes and sizes to delight anyone and everyone. In fact, we're going to do another basket right now. We're going to talk about the hiking basket. First day of spring, all right? Enjoy a hike today, tomorrow, every day. So this is what you're going to find in your hiking basket. Now, many of the folks who live here probably have some of these things already, but you have relatives, you have newbies, you might have those of you who have businesses in the area, and there's folks who've moved here. Perfect gift with our hiking basket. So what's here? There's some great hiking gear. You got a set of rubber-tipped hiking poles, providing balance on the slippery rocks and roots. There's a variety of maps to help expand your adventures. You've got gaiters to help keep the socks clean, keep the rocks out of your boots. There's a windstorm whistle you can see right here. There's a medical kit, part of the 10 essentials list, including a pocket knife and a compass you'll also see in here. There's wicking socks, hiking socks, hand warmers, and of course, no hiking basket would be complete without a Tin Mountain hat to keep the sun off of your face. And all of these fit nicely into this beautiful new backpack. So visit our auction site to see this and all of the other baskets. And as I said, there are a lot of them with unique items, all carefully compiled for you. So we have one more thing we're going to focus on right this second. It's called a Tin Mountain Adventure Quilt and Poem. It's an odd combo, isn't it? But not really. Take a look. This is our adventure quilt, beautiful handmade quilts. We have about a dozen of them. But look closely at this one, just to show you. There are individual squares with all sorts of information in here. Look how detailed this is. Each square contains all sorts of information. What a great gift for a young child to learn, maybe the names of the area, the rivers, what the various plants are, the animals, the tents that you see here. What a great learning activity this could be.
I'm going to read you a little line from the poem that goes along with this
Great.
quilt. Let's take a short hike on the trail that leads to the one and only tin mine, paying attention to all nature's gifts and be awed by its simple design. So a wonderful person made this beautiful quilt, wrote this beautiful poem, put it all together, and not to be missed. That's
Yep.
great.
This quilt and many more on our auction site. All right.
Thank you. I would say that most everyone participating tonight here has been on one of our many nature program series exploring the natural history of the greater Mount Washington Valley, Western Maine, and Northern New Hampshire. We have offered thousands of programs since the start of Tin Mountain in all seasons with all ages. We are out learning about the natural history of our community. So we're going to take a look at some slides from there and finish up that section, also looking at our research projects. know how many interns that we've worked with since we started the research program back in 2009?
Yeah, I would guess about 33.
Well, double that almost. So we are about to reach 60 this summer. It'll be over 60 interns. And many of these interns have gone on to attend graduate school and master's and PhD programs. Some are working for state wildlife agencies, others for private nonprofits. So Tin Mountain ends up being a wonderful jumping off place for a lot of these interns. Intern season is always fun here at Tin Mountain. It's quite lively.
I just want to jump in. It always amazes me every time I see the facts or I see these folks in action, just the scope, the variety of activities that not only the interns, but the research that's being done is just astounding. And I'm guessing that most Tin Mountain aficionados weren't really aware of the full scope of what we do here, your friendly neighborhood Tin Mountain Conservation Center.
The research program has definitely taken off.
It's
over the
amazing.
past few years.
It's amazing.
It's been great. So, all right, before we look at the last group of auction items, I would like to say a few words about our capital campaign. As many of you know and have generously donated to, we are in the middle of raising $1.3 million for a variety of projects, including the following: purchasing 73 acres directly across the road from the Nature Learning Center, which happened in December, paying off our existing mortgage, which also happened in December. It was a very exciting month, that month of December. The development of an accessible nature trail is slated to begin this summer on the new land. An upgrade of many of our trails, including the development of a native plant arboretum with interpretive signage throughout, a children's nature playscape, a new storage barn, which will allow us to better utilize our beautiful historic 200-year-old barn for programs and rentals. And lastly, some of the monies will go towards expanding our endowment for future financial stability. So we are in the middle of an exciting challenge grant from an anonymous foundation in support of the Accessible Nature Trail. And this is how it works. They will match $50,000.
$50,000.
Once we raise $50,000 for this match by, here's the kicker, April 30th. So we are almost halfway there to reaching that goal, and you can help at the auction. That same bar across the top, you are going to see a tab that says Capital Campaign Match, and click on that and you can donate any amount there and know that your dollar will be matched dollar for dollar, and that will help us meet this match by the end of April, which would be very exciting. So thank you ahead of time.
Great opportunity.
All right, so David, you're on our next batch of auction
Next
items.
batch of items. Let's see what we have here. We're going to start with number 4, which is, I have to go grab this thing because I love the Gransforsbruck axe. There it is. If you can see me, if not, you can see it live on the screen, on your screen there. This was given to us, donated to us by local master craftsman and master wooden boat builder, Jeff Burke, who happens to also be a dealer of the Gransforsbruck handmade axes. These do come from Sweden. Scandinavian forest axe is what is the style. A 3.5-inch face, 25-inch handle, 2-pound head. It just feels right. Anything you need to do with a small axe, this can do it for you. And it's on our auction site. Very sharp.
Very sharp.
Very sharp.
It's a nice axe. It really is.
Beautiful, beautiful. Gransforsbruck. Spring at Last by Linda Gray. I'm just going to grab it in case you can still see me. This is a 10 by 10 oil on canvas by local artist Linda Gray. Her artwork has been part of many of our first season auctions here. In addition to sponsoring the Tin Mountain first season auctions, her work can also be found at the Jackson Historical Society during the annual art sale that occurs every year. She's also currently running a show at the Cook Memorial Library in Tamworth, New Hampshire from March 6th through April 30th. So you can see her work there, or you could go online and see her work at lindagrayartwork.com. And this is just one of many pieces that we have We have dozens of pieces of
A lot of artwork, wonderful, wonderful paintings and photographs and just a whole variety of different mediums are well represented. All right,
And
well,
finally, the Walnut Berea armchair. I'm not sure where the Berea comes from, the term Berea, but it is perhaps the style. Very stylish. It's sitting behind us here. I don't think you can see it, but you can certainly see it on your screen there. Master chair builder David Douillard has donated 2 chairs to this year's auction. David's love of the White Mountains began during his summers working for the AMC. His skill at chair making has won him many awards throughout the Northeast. This Berea armchair is made of walnut, and that seat is a hand-woven hickory bark seat. And he donated also a side chair that goes with it. It's also walnut, and it has a woven rush seat. So there's 2 chairs that this master craftsman has donated to us, and you can see up close the craftsmanship. It's a very simple design, yet very elegant at the same time.
it's beautiful and it's comfortable.
And it's comfortable, and
It's really comfortable.
and it's practical. And just in case you're interested, if you want to make your own chairs, David does have a class schedule, and it's listed on his website, and you can find it with when you click on this item on either of the chairs on the first season auction site. So we have that. There's over 350 items, something for everyone. We also have a ton of gift certificates. We thought about just showing you some of these things. So what you're seeing right now are just just a few of the tables that are set up, loaded with
Frogman.
quilts and books and books and syrup. And there's alcoholic beverages as well for those adults out there. And we have gift certificates. I just want to say something about these gift certificates. Where are they? Let's see. Dessert, berries, daylilies, massage, meals, driving up Mount Washington, sports, golfing, skiing. There's so many. There are so many gift certificates. So if you don't have room for more stuff, you have room for experiences. And there are many experiences that are being offered to you here with our auction.
Great bird feeding station. Tin Mountain Bling.
Tin Mountain Bling. Don't go home without one. Make sure you get one of those. Really important that you want to make sure that you share. I know you don't want to be bidding against each other, but share this link. We have bidders. Last year we had folks buying on our auction site from Pennsylvania. I think that's as far as
No, I think there was a Washington State too.
Ooh,
actually.
Washington State.
Yep,
So
yep.
we're looking for an Alaska or Hawaii this time. We will ship abroad if we need to, but seriously, share this link with your friends, and maybe they'll get something for you.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a win-win.
All right. Thank you, David. Speaking of thank yous, a very large thank you to Dawson Winch and her fabulous first season committee, Pat Hodges, Sue File, Johanna Venue, David Freeman, Karen and Victor Vitek, and Kat Ferguson. These folks have put in endless hours just gathering items, getting them into the computer, getting them organized, working on tonight's event, organizing dinners. So big thank you to all of those folks. And many of them are volunteers, which brings us to our final slide presentation, which takes a look at our volunteers here at Tin Mountain, and that can be on a weekly basis, loading firewood or doing trail clearing, or where they shine at our special events. And hopefully this year we will get back to those special events such as the Hill Climb and Freiburg Fair and so forth. So let's take a look at that last slide presentation, and then we'll be on to trivia.
Don't go away. We have live trivia coming up right
All
after
right.
this.
All right, we're working on it. Almost, guys. Well,
Technical difficulties.
that's all right. We made it this far without them, so that's pretty good.
That's pretty good. Let's see what happens.
Okay, it's
So it
gonna
looks like-
happen,
Here we go. Roll the dice.
maybe.
And
We do love our volunteers, though. I
we
mean,
have lots of them. And a lot of them are wearing the bling.
Right, so, anyway. Okay, one more try there. Well, we would like to just thank our sponsors one more time anyway, so, okay. So thanks to all of our sponsors for the event, all the restaurants, all of our donors of items.
There's so many of you who really behind the scenes helped make this happen. We very much appreciate it. What are some of the events while we're waiting for our slideshow to?
Well, okay, typically, let's see, what would be coming up next is our annual meeting in May, followed by well, this year we're having an early bird hill climb, which is a ride up Mount Washington versus a race up Mount Washington. Now there's a difference, right?
And it's sold out.
Yes, that is sold out. Then that will be followed by, well, a 2-week period of time where we're having the alternative century, which is a non-supported century ride that people can participate in. And so that will happen again this year with a new addition on that, where we're going to have a route in North Freiburg in the farm fields of that farm field, not in the field, but
Right
around.
through the field.
You got it. And then finally, the hill climb itself will be in late August. And that's on a smaller version. We're happy to have you. Well, with the weather like today, it just makes you want to hop on a bicycle, doesn't it now? So anyway, well, thank you everyone for seeing what we have to look forward to in the future.
And all you do for Tin Mountain, and one just last little pitch, one of the things you can do for Tin Mountain is to bid on our auction site, bid often, bid high. You can do all your gift shopping. You know, you get the plant bucket and the planter and this axe and some of the alcoholic beverages. By the time you're done with the alcoholic beverages, you've grown your first crop and you're ready. You're already ready through, you know, the rest beginning to use your hiking gear. So you can get gifts. You can get things for yourself. You can get things for your kids, your grandkids, your friends' grandkids, your neighbors' grandkids, the grandkids down the street, the grandkids who you haven't even met yet.
Right.
But it's all here. We have it here. You can do it all in one spot, and you only have 1 week to do it.
Yes. So, all right. You know what time it is now?
I think it's trivia.
Environmental trivia
Live
time.
trivia.
I am going to turn it over to Michael Duflo.
Are you right? All right. All right. Great. Well, hello, everybody. So excited to be here on this. Oh, are we still? Yep, there we are. All right. On this, the second annual first season virtual event. And so we have our first annual environmental trivia, which is remote environmental trivia, which is taking place on the 11th annual anniversary of my wedding. So that's a real thing. This is our wedding anniversary. She's right there. Woo! Everybody, come on. I can be excited about it. All right. So this is this is how this is gonna work. We've got 3 categories. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna there's 3 categories and there's 3 to 4 questions in each category. We're gonna send all 3 questions in that category to you via a poll. You're going to have like a minute or 2 or 3 minutes to answer those questions. They're all multiple choice. Once you've answered them all, you'll hit submit. It'll come back to us, and then we can then share all the answers and we'll go through. So we're gonna do each category one at a time. Our 3 categories are spring ecology, eminent historical moments in Tin Mountains history, and our third one is where in the valley. Where in the valley. Oh, happy anniversary. Great. I can be excited. All right. So our first category is spring ecology. So you're going to get a poll here in a minute that's going to show up. And what you'll need to do is answer each one at a time, and then hit submit. This first one is actually a picture. So we're actually going to put that picture up right now. We're going to share that picture. The very first one is a photograph that you're going to have to try and ID this plant. And then the next 2, no photos needed. And hopefully this works. Does it do it live? Does it tell us live? Yeah. Okay. Oh, there we go. All right, it's working.
We've gotten our first, we've got.
Oh, they're all coming in.
We've got 7. Oh, they're coming in now. It is very exciting. We're going to give you about another 45 seconds. We're doing rapid trivia here.
Yeah, rapid trivia. That's good. I'm glad this is working. And when it first started, it was 0 people responding, but it showed us that 4 people left the meeting. So I didn't know we scared anybody off. They're like, we don't care about your wedding anniversary. Done. Okay.
All right, so another 30 seconds to finish up. It looks like about just under half of you have submitted your answers. Don't worry, it's anonymous. So if you're not sure, just take your best guess. We won't be judging anyone.
Yeah, we'll have no idea how you answered. All right. A few more seconds. Let's do 2 minutes. So let's say 20 more seconds.
Nora, I can't seem to submit my answer.
Have you answered all of them? You can't not be able to submit if all 3 questions. So yeah, so some of
I only see 2 questions.
you're gonna have to scroll down for that third one.
Oh, okay, thank
Or on
you.
the
The
right-hand
third
side.
question is, what region in the world what region is the world's largest producer of maple syrup? And if anyone read the Conway Daily Sun this
It was,
morning,
no, yeah, I know, that one, we got
I
scooped.
know, we
That
did
was in
get
the paper.
scooped. Yeah, so we're gonna give you
Got
guys
it.
15 more seconds and then we're gonna pull that poll. And we'll stop, we'll take down this image and then we'll figure out what spring ephemeral we are looking at. So I'm.
You're gonna end it
pulling-
there?
Yep,
All right. Okay, can you send the poll out and share the poll?
yep. So.
All right.
We had, yes, so we had the majority of people.
You-
All right, so here,
There we go.
all right, so here come the
All
results.
right, so here are our results. So 77% of you said trout lily, and you are, of course, correct. That was a picture of trout lily. Avalanche lily grows, it's Mountain West and West Coast. Speckled lily grows in the Southeast. And Spring Beauty has a much different flower, not in the lily, pinkish petals. All right, so coming on down, when is average ice out on Winnipesaukee? We had 63% people say April 19th, and that is correct. So ice out is considered when the MS Mount Washington can make it to all of its ports of call to all regions of the lake. And that's called by Emerson Aviation, which has done it for years and years and years. I don't know the exact number, but they've done it for a really long time. And then finally, the one that was in today's paper, what region is the world's largest producer of maple syrup? 65% of people said Quebec, and that is absolutely correct. It is responsible for 3/4 of the world's output, which is $141 million annually, which is a lot.
And then for within the United States, Vermont is the, unfortunately, yes, our neighbors to the.
All right. And if anyone's been tapping this season, you know that the past couple of days have been great. It's been really running the past couple nights. So past couple days. All right. Our next category is going to be eminent historical moments in Tin Mountain's history. There are no photographs here, only questions. And so we're going to pull that one up and we are submitting it now. Take about 2 minutes to try and answer these. I think there's 4 questions for this one. So one more question here. I think this is
There
some
actually,
easy.
there are 5 questions.
There's 5
here.
questions?
Yes, because I snuck in a 5th question.
Oh, I didn't see. Oh,
Quite
you
possibly the most important historical moment would be the birth of our current
did.
executive
funny. I
director.
didn't see. Do you know the answer to that one?
You bet I do.
All right, good.
You bet I do.
Everyone should.
That's right. All right, so we've got 2 people.
3%
yeah.
of precincts in,
Yes,
right?
reporting, yes,
Yeah.
the winner. All right, so
All right.
yeah, so 5 questions this round. Doing our best. We're at about a minute now, so take another minute to do your best figuring. Yeah, hopefully you were paying attention. Those slideshows, I'm not sure all
I
of
think
the answer.
I think some of them were in there though, right? I think there's at least 2 of them. I think were in there.
And it seems like a lot of people are pretty,
they're
doing
feeling,
that
yeah.
math based on what anniversary we're currently celebrating.
Yeah.
Ticking backwards.
Let's see here.
All right, that number 3, I wasn't sure because Tin Mountain has been all over the place. So knowing where we weren't is a tricky one when we were everywhere.
All right, we got about 30 seconds. 30 seconds to get those answers in.
Uh-oh, Lori. It looks
It's
like it's not looking like everyone is as well versed in your birthday, but rest assured you will be getting lots of birthday cards next year.
All right, we got
I'll
7.
wait for them anxiously.
Yes.
So let's take 15 to 20 more seconds.
All right, yeah, we have most folks in. All right, and we're gonna go with 80% in.
80%, you're gonna call it now? 80% in? Okay,
I'm
we're
gonna
gonna call it
go.
now. All right, so we're gonna share the results here. And we had with 80% of people saying 1980 as the year which Tin Mountain was founded. That is correct. It's founded by Barbara Rockwell Henry and David Henry in 1980. So that was good. A lot of people knew that one. Jackson was the first school Tin Mountain worked with. What was the second one? With 69% of people saying Bartlett. You are correct. Bartlett was the second one. I like this one. This was a hard one, I thought, for some people. For me, what location was not a site for Tin Mountain offices? And I had to get this confirmed by Lori. So we had with 38% said an old funeral home on Washington Street. That was located.
Yes, yes, it was.
Correct.
We were there for a while too.
So the one that it has not been at is the SAU 9 offices. That's the one that it has not been located. It has been at the Majestic Theater in Conway, at an old funeral home on Washington Street, and at the old Pine Tree School building.
Yeah,
So-
probably the most recognizable for folks is knowing that we were in the old Pine Tree School.
Yes, yes.
That was a good
And
one.
now we're here.
Yes. Hopefully,
Forever.
we don't need any more locations.
No, we're good.
Number 4, who was the first director of Tin Mountain? I really like that we had 7% saying Pete Best. That makes me super happy. But it was David Brooks. It's 73% people. You are correct. It's David Brooks.
Not the
Not the initial drummer for the Beatles, the fifth Beatle. Best.
That's who it was.
not the David Brooks, who is the New York.
Oh no, that's David Brooks. Is David? Oh, you mean not that David
Yes,
Brooks?
that's what
Yeah,
I'm
yes,
saying. Yes.
yeah, not the New York Times columnist either. David was the
He'd be good,
first
right?
first executive director at Tin Mountain. Richard Thompson Tucker and Joel Reimer are previous
Directors.
directors as well, but not the fifth Beatle. All right. And then finally, you're gonna have to do this one because I don't know this one. All right.
Yep. So,
Mike, you don't know my birthday?
I know, Lori, it looks like about 50% are thinking your birthday is coming up shortly on April 14th.
Okay, well, hey.
But yes, but those who have been with us for a while, especially those of you who have participated in our annual Christmas bird count,
Okay.
so that it occasionally falls on Lori's birthday, which also occasionally falls on the winter solstice.
Yeah.
Her birthday is actually December 20th. So you can, and it looks like 11 of you, 24% of you knew that or had a darn good guess.
Well,
And
considering my mom's in the crowd, my sisters are in the crowd.
there we go. See, so yeah, so we should have right answers there. And Lori, you can be expecting a lot more birthday cards.
Thank you, everyone. So,
All
okay.
All right. So now we're gonna move on to our final category, where in the valley.
Oh, okay.
And there are 4 questions for where in the valley. And there are no pictures. It's all just pretty straightforward questions. So you ready to go and
Yep.
launch that? All right. So these are, where in the valley can you find these things? These natural features are all located somewhere within, where are they? You got about 2 minutes or so, 2.5 minutes.
Yep. And if you don't know what that first word is, how to pronounce it, or what it's referring to, just take your best guess and move on to the next question. We've got 4 questions there. Hopefully, assumedly, many of you have seen at least 3 of these. They're ones that we commonly
Yeah.
see, even if we don't know that we're seeing them.
Oh, we already got people. Oh, we already have people in. That's good. All right.
All right,
All
yes,
right,
possibly the second question is probably the trickiest one. If we don't have former campers in our midst, but we're this is a learning experience. We would be sad if you came in knowing everything. We've
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
impart some knowledge on you, Lori. That second question is, at which of our
Yes.
locations can you find an extraordinary large
Extraordinary.
pile
I
of
know that pile, extraordinary piles, yeah.
So we've got about 44% reporting in, and we'll give it another, like, I don't know, 45 seconds, something like that.
Mhm.
This is so fun to watch these come in. It's like unbelievably fun. I know this is great.
You're gonna become
I'm 100%, yeah, straight to PBS NewsHour.
start start covering election results.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Let's take 30 seconds.
All right, and then we'll have Mike pronounce that first word for us and define it, and then maybe we'll have a better idea of what it is.
Where we can find it. I think
which
they.
one of
I
these?
think you're doing it right.
Yes, I do like the ones that, you know, you can find anything at Horse Feathers. But that's
Horse feathers. Yeah, anything you need. I forgot to put horse feathers down there. That's awesome.
yes, not to be confused with White Horse, just.
All right, we got 80% of votes in. Let's 10 seconds. We need 10 seconds to click, get them in. I feel bad because we haven't all, you know, like there's still haven't got through all of them. There's some people that probably haven't submitted. So, all right,
All right,
was that 10 seconds? I felt like 10 seconds.
all right. So
Okay.
And that poll.
And we're gonna share the results. So let's go through these. So where in the valley? Where in the valley would you go to stand on a Rouge Montagne? And that is a French word. They're also used called sheepbacks, and that is a mountain in the area where in the continental ice sheet came over the north side of the mountain and made like a nice gradual slope off the north side. And as that ice sheet got to the top of the mountain, you had glacial plucking, which ripped and tore due to the weight. Sheared the south half of the mountain, south side of the mountain, and left a sheer cliff on one side. And so a great example of that here in the valley would be White Horse Ledge, would be an example of glacial plucking and some of that glaciation that took place here. That's great. All right. At which 10 Mountain Summer Camp can you find an extraordinary large pile of porcupine scat? And I'll just say that the first time I ever worked at this camp, before I got there, they told me about this pile and I was like, okay. And I was like, sure, I guess it's big. Like I know what a big pile of scat looks like. And then I got there and saw it and was like, that's a big,
That's big. Right.
yeah, like no joke. Like it was much bigger than I was thinking. And let's see. Oh, we had 47% saying the Jackson Field Station. It's actually at Freiburg Camp. That massive pile of porcupine scat and quills is at the bottom of a very large old hemlock located at Freiburg Camp.
It should be said, though, that at the field station, there is some great porcupine habitat, some great rocks up on that property. So it's not a bad guess.
All right. And number 3, can you find this quicksand? Oh, awesome. Yes. All right. So the majority of you, 38%, said the Sarlacc pit, which if you're unfamiliar, in Return of the Jedi, that's what Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, and Chewbacca almost get pushed down into. So that was not actually filmed in the valley. And so the correct answer there was Deer Hill Spring. So over the Deer Hills in Evans Notch in Western Maine, there's a short cutoff that'll take you to Deer Hill Spring. And it's a really awesome spring that is underneath a depression of sand. And so as the spring comes up, it kind of bubbles up. And so it looks like the sand is just slowly bubbling as you walk past it. So it's a really cool natural feature. And if you have not been there before, I would suggest checking it out. It's best when the water table is high, but not too high, because otherwise it'll just look like a pond or like a small pool. So very cool spot. All right. And with our 4th and final question, where in the valley can you find the biggest blue spruce in the state? And most people said the Albany Town Forest, which would be a very good guess. However, where you can find it is actually in front of the Bavarian Chocolate House in down North Conway, is the largest blue spruce in the state of New Hampshire.
Wow.
So
We
most
Oh,
drive by it on a regular basis. You probably don't even notice. You may think like, hey, that's a big tree, but it is a superlatively large tree. It is part of the New Hampshire Big Tree Program.
And we did some recon earlier. We drove by it. I looked at it and thought, yeah, that's a big.
that's a big tree.
I
Yeah.
have not seen a larger one in this state.
And blue spruce, of course, not native to New England. It's native to the Mountain West. And it's used as an ornamental out here, but it likes really, really wet soils, which is why most of the ornamentals you see out here are dying, is because people put them in like their yards or places that are well drained or heavily landscaped. And so it doesn't have enough moisture. That's why they don't tend to do super well out here in people's yards. All right.
All right, well, thank you, Mike and Nora, for another round of trivia. We look forward to, Nora kept us all very entertained all through the pandemic with her trivia questions. And Mike is the king of trivia at Tuckerman's Tavern, Tuckerman's Brewery. So we look forward to getting back to doing that one of these days as well. So anyway, thanks, guys, and thanks for everyone participating. So anyway, all right, guys, it is that time. We are about to open the auction. But before we set it off here, I would encourage you, every night, there's going to be a new video on the website that staff had put together, and they did a great job of just really explaining some of the different programs and things that we do throughout the year. So go ahead, check out the website. Again, all
Share
the
it.
great items, share everything. Thank you for joining us this evening, and we're going to do a countdown. Are we ready,
Thank you
David?
for the support. Ready?
5,
5,
4, 3, 2, 1. The auction is open!
Go to the
Yay!
site, go bid high, bid hard.
All right, thank you,
Thank you
everyone.
very much.
Have a good night. Happy spring.
Happy spring.
Happy spring.